Sharon, is this some kind of joke? You're getting married? Seriously? Who's the groom? His specs are lower than my husband, right? I will not be happy if he's better looking or makes more money than my Frank. If it turns out he is, I'll do everything in my power to make sure your wedding never happens. Hey, are you listening to me? Tell me who he is now. Sharon, hello? Answer me, for crying out loud. God, Clarissa, would you stop it already? The notifications are driving me crazy. What the hell do my husband's specs have to do with you? You talk about him like he's a frickin' car. Jeez. They have everything to do with me. I put a lot of effort into finding and bagging myself a handsome guy who makes a lot of money. It's not fair if you get to marry someone better, and I won't have it. How can you not understand this? It's called basic common sense and decency. I'm not asking you to celebrate for us if you're opposed to the wedding. That's your proclivity and it has nothing to do with me. Oh my God, is it true? Is he really a better catch than my husband? I'm guessing you messaged me after seeing my Facebook? His page is linked in a lot of my posts, so if you took a proper look, I'm sure you'd understand. Huh? Understand what? Oh my God, what the hell is that photo? Bruce? Is this the same Bruce I'm thinking of? He's that porky little zit-riddled four-eyed nerd from our class. Actually, he's much taller than me now and his skin is cleared up nicely. I'll admit he looks better than I remember him, but something's not right here. I can't believe it, Sharon. My jaw almost hit the floor. All right, so are we done now? There's no way he changed that much naturally. Admit it, he got plastic surgery to fix his busted face, didn't he? I bet he's wearing platform shoes to hide the fact he's a midget, too. No, that's just Bruce as he is. And seriously, is this any way to go talking about my fiancé? Cut it out already. I'm done talking to you. Bye. Yo, Sharon, I just arrived at the church, and I must say there aren't many hot guys here. Most of them look like they work low-wage loser jobs, like store clerks or cops. I guess after how hard I worked to bag myself a high-rolling model-level stud, nothing is ever going to compare, but still, it's hilarious to get the occasional reminder of what a pathetic waste of space the average woman has to settle for. I've never seen such a sorry group of men. They're so mediocre, their girlfriends will probably end up getting stolen by AI. I wonder who the best man in Bridesmaids are. I mean, I'm sure they're going to be unimpressive losers with no public speaking ability, but I'm still kind of curious. And don't worry, at least with me being here, the atmosphere will improve a little due to my stunning good looks and beauty. Hey, why the hell did you kick me out? To think I was kind enough to give a performance and a speech and this is how you repay me? Why would you kick me out of the banquet hall? You're horrible. The whole hall was captivated by my wonderful performance, but you had to go and spoil it for everyone, huh? What was it, jealousy? Well, it ain't my fault. I'm more beautiful, gorgeous, and stunning than you'll ever be. I was born this way and I can't help it. Have you no shame? You can't have people kicked out of your wedding because they make you feel jealous, you small-minded bitch. God, anyone would think that we were still in high school. Sharon, you have your phone with you, right? You could at least reply to me after kicking me out of your wedding. Ugh. Oh my God, Sharon, are you like for real right now? I can't believe you'd block me like this after I went out of my way to show up at your frickin' wedding. Fine, have it your way. After seeing your husband, I must say, he's a lot hunkier than I expected. And it would suck to go home after coming out all this way. All right, that settles it. I'll wait until the banquet is over so I can rejoin you guys at the after party. Clarissa, what the hell was that little stunt you pulled in the banquet hall? I never asked you to perform for us, and I never asked you to give a speech. Also, my friend on reception told me that apparently after you walked in and saw everyone handing over their gifts, you burst out laughing and shouted, "Me? Give that ugly hoe a gift? No way!" in front of about 20 people. I'm not saying you're obligated to give me a gift, but you could have at least been respectful towards me given you were at my wedding. Oh, is the banquet over already? I bet the atmosphere fizzled out the moment I left the hall, right? There's no way a bunch of wet noodles like you guys have any idea how to party. That's why I decided to liven things up with my performance. Answer my damned question. Yeah, whatever. The performance and the speech, right? I just knew that I had to do something to liven the place up when I saw what a bunch of low-energy losers the guests were. Really? You should be thanking me. You know, there are lots of people who'd pay good money to have a beauty like me on center stage at their wedding. Oh, and one more thing. Quit being so damn materialistic with all this complaining about gifts. We're friends, so why should I have to give you anything? Geez, next thing you know, you'll be asking me for money. Excuse me? If anything, you should be paying me for the wonderful performance and speech I gave. That was what you call wonderful? Yep, and don't you just know it? You can't deny the entire hall was captivated by my good looks and mesmerizing charisma the moment I stepped up on stage. Your fiancé Bruce fell in love with me too, didn't he? Go on, you can admit it. I can assure you he most definitely didn't. And wow, Sharon, I must say, I thought Bruce was kind of dishy when I saw him in those pictures on Facebook, but he's even better in real life. How the hell did a worn-out old bag like you manage to snag yourself such a hunk? Don't get me wrong, he's nothing compared to my husband, but he's certainly not outside the scope of consideration for the guy I'd consider getting down and dirty with, if you catch my drift. Scope of consideration? God, you really do disgust me, Clarissa. Anyway, in return for my wonderful performance and speech, I'll be taking possession of your husband. Huh? If you're not going to pay me for my services, I'm happy to accept your man instead. Why would I give you Bruce? He's my husband. Relax, girl. It's not like I'm telling you to divorce him. You can just lend him to me every now and then when I need a good servicing, if you catch my drift. Lend him to you? Listen, Sharon, to tell you the truth, my husband Frank is, well, he has a lot of money and he's as handsome as they come. But when it comes to things between the sheets, he's a little underwhelming. It's starting to become a real source of anxiety for me. You must know what it's like when you're not satisfied in the bedroom, right, babe? So what? Why does that mean I should lend you my husband? Your underwhelming sex life isn't our problem. Quit being so stubborn, would ya? If you must know, I've actually been trying out a bunch of new guys recently, to see if I can find one I'm compatible with. I was hoping you could let me give Bruce a test run. Are you insane? I'm obviously not lending you my husband for a test run. What is he, a freaking car? But why? Is this real life? Are you seriously asking me such a ridiculous, inappropriate question on my wedding day of all days? What's the problem? I'll only need him for 15 minutes max? What is wrong with you? How is it possible that you think this is acceptable? Have you actually lost your mind? Hey, now that's just rude. Everyone does this kind of thing behind closed doors, Actually, I'm pretty sure they don't. Actually, I guess a worn-out hag like you probably wouldn't get included, so it's no wonder that you don't know. I guess only stunners like me get offers regularly. Sorry for confusing you, sweetie. Anyway, the bottom line is your husband is hot, and I want to try him out, so be a darling and lend me him for a little while, okay? Just let me test him out for 15 minutes, and if it turns out we have no chemistry, you can have him back. Okay. Why the hell are you asking me this crap? Oh, you're right. I should be asking Bruce instead. Okay, so if he says yes, do you promise not to complain anymore? That's not what I meant. Anyway, forget Bruce. There's another guy here who wants to talk to you. You mean there's some other poor guy who was powerless to resist my stunning good looks and fell for me in the blink of an eye? Is he even more handsome than Bruce? Well, it's a matter of taste, but I have a feeling he'll be to your liking. Wow, really? Oh, now I'm excited. I take it you want to meet him then? Of course I do. All right, I'll introduce you later. Woohoo! Thanks, babe. First of all, you need to head to room 1502 of the hotel next to the church. Apparently that's where he'll be staying tonight. Okay, I see. This escalated quickly. I like when things move fast, if you catch my drift. But in return for arranging this meeting, I need you to promise to stay away from Bruce. Whoa there, don't get carried away, Sharon. I'll only agree to that if tonight's friend turns out to be my type. Alrighty, no time to waste. Off I go. Sharon, what the hell is this? Are you for real? Why was my husband waiting for me in room 1502? Clarissa, do you still have no idea of the gravity of what you did at mine and Bruce's wedding in the banquet hall? Huh? You mean my wonderful performance and speech that I gave you for free? Which part of that was wonderful? You stole the mic from my frickin' bridesmaid in the middle of her speech and started rambling about your stunning good looks. What the hell did anything you said have to do with my wedding? And more importantly, why did you think it was an acceptable thing to do in the first place? So it wasn't a traditional wedding speech, so what? The whole hall was so captivated they could barely take their eyes off me. Lord knows it was way more interesting than whatever that bimbo I took the mic off was babbling on about. Captivated? Sure, the whole hall might have been watching you, and in a sense, I guess they were captivated, but not in a good way. Everyone was astonished and disgusted by what you did. You don't know that. Oh, yes, I do, because they told me. Everyone in attendance was repulsed and embarrassed by your behavior. Huh? Quit lying, Sharon. Everyone knows my speech was way more interesting than your bridesmaid's. What the heck was she even talking about anyway? I swear I would have fallen asleep if I'd listened to her for 1 second longer. When you got done complimenting yourself, you launched into a hateful tirade against me, going on and on about how it was a miracle I found a husband and how I'd be lucky if he didn't leave me. Then, as if that wasn't outrageous enough, you were so arrogant and crass as to offer me your sloppy seconds if Bruce's performances in the bedroom weren't up to scratch. Is there even a single person on the planet who'd be pleased with a wedding speech like that? I felt like I was gonna vomit. Ugh, and don't even get me started on that song you sung. What the hell even was that? It was my favorite song, duh. Everyone knows that song is about breakups. Why would you sing it at my wedding? I don't know how, but for some reason I made it to the end of your speech without having you thrown out on your ass. But I lost it when you started singing. I had no choice but to ask security to remove you from the premises. We already had a musician booked, and it most certainly wasn't you. Huh? You did? I didn't know that. I'm just grateful that guy managed to distract everyone as you were being thrown out and bring back a sense of normality to the whole thing. But that doesn't change the fact that you almost ruined my wedding. That's nice, Sharon, but I don't see how any of this has anything to do with my husband. I was so looking forward to getting to that hotel room and finding out what kind of hunky stallion I'd be spending the night with. But when I opened the door, my frickin' husband was sitting there. You had no right to trick me like that. Based on what you're saying, I'm guessing you had no idea who the guy who grabbed the mic off you was when you pulled your crazy little stunt, huh? Maybe you couldn't hear his calls of, "We must not let this wedding be ruined by the selfish actions of one individual," amidst the chaos of being restrained and carried across the hall by 2 security guards. First of all, he didn't grab the mic off me. I handed it over willingly when I saw him marching over with that angry look on his face. As for who he is, isn't he your relative or something? I think he got introduced to me earlier on, but I wasn't paying attention. But seriously, who cares? He's my uncle. Wow, big deal. Am I supposed to be shocked or something? The way you were building up to it, I thought you were going to say he was an FBI agent. Actually, you probably should care, because it just so happens that my uncle is the CEO of your husband's company. What? Not only that, but your husband also owes him a huge debt of gratitude for helping him get a job there a few years back. Apparently, he heard you showed up from one of the other guests, and with that, he rushed over in a panic. I guess he had a feeling you'd be up to no good. Of course, he apologized profusely for what you did. Huh? Oh, and he saw your messages asking me to lend you my husband, too? No way. Are you kidding me? Why would you show him those? Naturally, that means he saw you complaining about your husband not doing enough to satisfy you in the bedroom. Seriously? Yep, so that's where things stand for you right about now. Oh my god, does this mean Frank's going to find out about what I said about him? But I'm not ready to tell him yet. I was supposed to find someone better first. You're evil. Sharon, please, you have to undo this. Won't you help me somehow? You made your bed, now lie in it. If you want to get out of this mess, you need to do it by yourself. You make it sound easy. I can't do this by myself, Sharon. Ugh. Not my problem. But I'm your friend, and I'm in trouble. The fact that you think you and I are still friends after that crazy little stunt you pulled at my wedding is plain worrying. Huh? I regret even inviting you. To be honest, I had a bad feeling about it when I was making the invites, but I knew if I didn't, you'd never stop whining at me about it. I sure as hell wouldn't have invited you if I knew this would happen. Oh my god, you're horrible. You only have yourself to blame. No, help me. Goodbye. Sharon! Apparently the messages at the end there were sent from the banquet hall bathroom, where she'd locked herself in after sneaking back into the venue. At that point, Clarissa's life went totally off the rails. She began spending her husband's money like it grew on trees. Before long, her husband Frank had no choice but to confiscate all of her bank cards. I found out later on that he'd given her $300 before the wedding to buy me and my husband a wedding gift. But she spent it on a brand bag and fashion accessories for herself before the ceremony started. After the incident at the wedding and his meeting his wife in the hotel room at my arrangement, Frank did some serious soul-searching. He also decided to hire a private investigator to look into Clarissa's infidelity. Unsurprisingly, it was found that she'd been cheating on him, but my jaw almost hit the floor when I found out how many guys she'd been seeing. Apparently, it was in the double digits. Upon hearing about her despicable behavior, Clarissa was shunned by all of her friends. And her lovers all broke up with her. I don't know if suddenly being totally starved of male attention made her lonely, but apparently she went into the night industry and began making a living selling her body. Last I heard, she's seeing at least 5 different guys a night in a desperate attempt to come up with my compensation.
Hey, Perry. Where the heck are you right now? I want an answer fast. There's something I need to ask you. It's urgent.
Huh? Abdul, what's going on? Why are you spam calling me?
I asked you where the heck you are.
Why do you keep hecking me? I'm obviously at work like I always am at this time.
Huh?
Which part don't you get? I said I'm at work. I told you I was heading off to work this morning after breakfast just like I always do. I seriously don't get why you're confused.
I know that.
I thought someone had been hit by a car or something when I saw the notifications. If I'd have known you were just going to ask where I am, I would have freaking ignored it. How many times do I have to tell you to not message me while I'm at work?
Huh? Wait a sec. Are you really at work?
Yes, dummy.
No, but this doesn't make sense.
How doesn't it make sense? It literally couldn't be any more simple. I'm dealing with a customer right now. This will have to wait till later. Goodbye.
Hey, Boris. It's been a while. There's something I need to ask you. Is now a good time? Huh? Is this Abdul? No, there's a bolt out of the blue. It must have been like, what? 3 years by now? When was it we met last? Oh yeah, the class reunion. What can I do for you, pal? Is there another reunion coming up or something? No, it's not that. I just need to ask you something. Did you know my wife works at the same company as you? Wow, really? Let me think. Actually, now that you mention it, I'm pretty sure there's one person with the same surname as you. Her name is Perry. Yep, that's her. Do you know her? Well, I guess you could say I do, yeah. Now that you mention it, I do remember the boss saying that someone claiming to be Perry's husband phoned in today. Does this have something to do with that? I'm guessing that was you? Yep. Sorry to contact you out of the blue with this, Boris. It probably all seems a little random and weird, but I do have a good reason, I promise. The thing is, when I called the company, they hesitated to tell me anything because I had no way of proving I was actually Perry's husband over the phone. I guess I'm pleased their security's on point, but on the other hand, it left me no choice but to reach out to you. I do plan on going in person over the next few days, but for the time being, I'd appreciate it if you could tell me something. Is it true that Perry got fired recently? I need you to promise not to mention anything I'm about to tell you to anyone else. Can you do that? Sure, of course. My lips are sealed. All right. Well, in that case, yes, it's true. Your wife got fired the other day. I'm guessing the notice of dismissal showed up in the mail by now? Yep. I work remotely, so I'm at home most of the time. My jaw almost hit the floor when I opened the letter addressed to Perry by mistake. But why did she get fired? The letter was really vague, and I'm totally at a loss here. To put it as simply as possible, she got fired for repeatedly not showing up to her shifts. Huh? Are you for real? She works in a different department from me, so I'm not totally familiar with all the circumstances, but I'm pretty sure she hasn't been showing up to work for the last month. Or wait, was it the last 2 months? Apparently the boss tried calling her home phone, which was listed as her emergency contact on several occasions, but he didn't have any luck. But her emergency contact should have been my mobile. We haven't had a landline for years now. I see. This is just a guess, and I hope you don't mind me asking, but do you think it might be possible she changed her emergency contact to a number that doesn't exist because she's trying to hide something? I hate to say it, but I really don't see any other possible explanations. The weird thing is, she says, "Bye, honey, I'm heading to work," and leaves at the same time as always every single morning. And today was no different. Even stranger, when I messaged her after the notice of dismissal came with the intention of asking her about it, she cut me off and said she couldn't talk because she was dealing with a customer. So either she's hiding the fact she got fired, or she still doesn't even know that she has been fired. She came home at the usual time, but I didn't say anything about it because I still don't have a clue what's going on myself. I see. Sorry to trouble you with all this, buddy, but do you have any more details? Anything is fine, even if it seems irrelevant. I feel like I'm missing a piece of the jigsaw here. Abdul, listen to me. You seriously have to promise me that what I'm about to tell you stays between us. Can you do that? I swear on my life, nothing leaves this chat. Alright, well, the thing is, apparently one of Perry's male co-workers got fired at the same exact time as she did. Huh? His name is Winslow, and my friend Lisa, who's somewhat of a gossip and somehow seems to know everything about everyone at the company, told me that Perry and Winslow were witnessed by several people going into a hotel when they should have been out running errands for the boss. Now here's where it gets even crazier. Apparently, the two of them stopped showing up to work the moment they knew they'd been seen. Eventually, their absences got so bad they both got fired. Wow. I'm speechless. This is nuts. That's everything I know. Sorry I had to be the one to tell you like this, Abdul. Nah, it's cool. I'm the one who should be apologizing to you for the interrogation. I'm sure you got enough on your plate without getting dragged into my private life. God damn it. Don't feel down, bro. I'm here to listen if there's anything you need to get off your chest. I'm guessing you're probably going to take some kind of action. Just make sure to keep a level head, alright? Ain't no woman worth losing your head over. Thanks, Boris. I appreciate you, pal.
OMG, I'm so sorry, Abdul. The boss gave me a bunch of overtime again. Can you put yourself something together for supper? I won't be able to cook tonight. Don't worry about me. I'll be eating at the office.
Got it. You've been doing an awful lot of overtime lately, huh, Perry?
Huh? I have? No, I don't think I have. It's always like this at this time of the year. It's our busiest period.
Oh, I see.
Yep. Anyway, gotta go. I'm so swamped here, I barely even have the time to message anymore. Sorry, hun. Huh? And what's that supposed to mean?
Sorry to bug you while you're busy cheating on me at a hotel. I already filed for divorce.
Say what now? Abdul! Abdul, I just got home. What the hell's going on with the house? There's nothing left here except my belongings. Where did all your stuff go?
Oh, so you came back, huh? What happened to your overtime? I thought you were swamped with work.
Why would you make me come home like that when you knew how busy I was?
I think we both know you weren't doing overtime, Perry. Should we drop the act now?
Did you file for a divorce? What the hell are you doing, Abdul? You don't get to do this without even talking to me first, you jerk. You need to tell me what's going on now. You should know that if you really did file for a divorce without my permission, you're in big trouble because that's a criminal offense.
What are you talking about? If I ever find out you're cheating on me, we're getting a divorce.
Huh?
Remember when you came home drunk that time and started screaming that in my face when I was trying to watch the game? Well, I kept a hold of the divorce papers you made me sign since I figured they might come in handy one day. And it just so happens they did.
What? You kept those? OMG. Abdul, I didn't mean that. I just got carried away after one too many glasses of wine, that's all.
Maybe you were too drunk to remember, but I did ask you whether you were happy for me to hand them in if you ever cheated on me. You yelled, "Fine, asshole," and stormed off into the bathroom, so I kept them. I handed them in earlier today. That's all.
What the heck is this? I only made you sign those because you cheated on me last year.
No, Perry. I most definitely did not. Why do you insist on clinging to this bullcrap when you know full well it's not true?
Well, if you weren't cheating on me, how do you explain the fact that you suddenly started doing overtime every night? How do you explain the fact that you were so cold to me back then? I know an affair when I see one. A woman has instincts.
Yeah, sure. There was an affair going on, even back then. Yours. I can't believe it's been a year already. Do you think I didn't notice? You're such a bad liar, it was hard not to. You must seriously take me for a grade A moron. I was pretty sure I knew what was going on, but I decided to hire a private investigator just to be sure. He did his job, and with that, I had concrete, incontrovertible proof of everything you were doing.
What?
I did intend on confronting you with all the evidence from the investigation back when you accused me of cheating on you. But then, that very morning, your mom suddenly passed away. I obviously hesitated to confront you with something so serious when you were so broken up over your mom, so it went on the back burner. Not only that, but even more than you, I felt bad for your dad. He was in bits. And I thought the shock of finding out his daughter was a cheating whore would have been too difficult to bear. I decided to keep my private investigator on the payroll for a little while in case anything changed, and to my surprise, you and Loverboy broke up all of a sudden a little while after your mom passed. With that, I figured my best move would be to sit back and watch how things played out for a little while. And here we are.
Is that why all your stuff's gone?
Yep, of course. We're divorced now, so why would we live together? It's time for us to go our separate ways. I never want to see your face again. I already canceled the contract on the apartment, so you better get your things together and disappear as soon as you can.
No, wait, what the hell? Where's the proof I cheated on you again? These are nothing but baseless accusations. The past is the past. Everyone deserves a second chance. Surely even you understand that.
I see. You still don't have the faintest idea, do you?
About what?
You Loverboy. What was his name again? Winslow? You both got fired.
What?
I work from home and I'm always around when the mailman stops by. A very official letter showed up and I got so curious I opened it by mistake without even realizing it was addressed to you. It was your notice of dismissal. When I did some digging to get confirmation, I found out your company had received several reports that you were seen going into a hotel with Winslow when you were supposed to be out running errands for your boss. I don't know which of you it was, but either of you or Winslow must have gotten wind of the fact your co-workers knew about your seedy little affair. With that, you stopped going into work in a cowardly attempt to escape responsibility for what you did, and eventually got fired. That just about sums everything up.
Wow, so that's how you found out.
I also knew you changed your emergency contact to a landline phone that doesn't exist to prevent me from finding out what you were up to behind my back. I'm just grateful you were too much of a moron to realize your company would send a notice of dismissal to the house after they fired you.
I didn't know they'd sent a letter. I thought we lived in the modern age. It's 2024 for crying out loud. They should have emailed me.
How did you not know they send paper mail? How many times have I told you about their damn newsletters and sustainability goals pamphlets showing up in the mail?
Huh?
Anyway, I'm bored of this conversation. The bottom line is we're divorced now. I'm currently in the process of arranging for a massive compensation bill to be sent yours and Winslow's way. So I suggest you both prepare yourselves for a mountain of shit that's about to descend on you.
Whoa, what? A compensation? Hang on just 1 second.
Why?
Please don't charge me compensation.
All I'm doing is asserting my legal rights as someone who got cheated on.
But I've heard of people being forced to pay thousands for this kind of thing. I can't afford that. How am I supposed to come up with that kind of money when I just got fired? Plus, the job market sucks right now. My priority right now should be not becoming homeless, not paying you frickin' compensation.
So let me get this straight. You were fully aware of what could happen if you got caught cheating on me, but decided to go ahead with it anyway? And not only that, but twice. What did you think I was gonna say?
Oh, yeah, sure thing, babe. It's all water under the bridge now. Oh, no worries. Everyone makes mistakes. Yep.
Something to that effect? If so, you're deluded.
But you forgave me once before.
I didn't forgive you. I just held off on confronting you about it because of your mom while sitting back and seeing if you did anything else. Not only that, but you skipped work for a whole 2 months so you could be with your lover? I'm guessing that means you were together pretty much every day? Do you seriously think that what you did to me is forgivable?
But everything was normal until this morning.
Sure, as far as you knew. But the reality? The reality is that I barely sleep these days. My appetite has practically disappeared, and I'm so stressed the doc has me on psych meds.
Oh my God.
I must look awful, because one of my friends showed up the day before yesterday after we did a video call because he said he was worried about how gaunt I looked. When he saw me in person, a weak, emaciated mess with huge bags in him, he sat down with me and we talked about everything. When he heard about everything you'd put me through, he pretty much ordered me to divorce you. Thank God my friend noticed I was in a seriously bad way, because you, my wife, who I saw every morning at the breakfast table, sure as hell didn't. I have a fair amount of proof of the affair due to the fact I've had a private investigator on my payroll for over a year now, which I guess turned out to be the silver lining in this whole thing, because it meant when I finally made my mind up, I was able to finalize the divorce and move out in a heartbeat, which I did this morning with the help of my friend.
Where are you, honey?
I'm not telling you.
Can we meet up? We need to talk about this properly, baby. I can't leave things like this.
Well, I can, and I have nothing to say to you.
Oh my God.
I can't tell you how good it felt to finally be free of you. It was like this huge weight had been lifting from my shoulders. I feel like even my subconscious knew I was free, because I slept like a baby for the first time in a long time as soon as I got to my new place. Until your notifications started showing up, that is. Why would I want to go back to being miserable with you?
Gah!
You should know I told your dad everything. So you can go back home to live with your parents, or you can live with your lover, but one thing's for sure. Me and you are never getting back together.
Oh my God, Abdul!
Anyway, talking to you makes me sick. Bye. Apparently, a desperate Perry showed up at my mom and dad's house a few days later. My parents knew about everything that had gone down, so naturally they told her where to stick her offers of reconciliation and sent her on her way. By the way, I'm currently staying with my uncle in the neighboring town. For some reason, Perry's next move was to show up at my company's office demanding to see me. It was at this point I began to doubt her sanity because she knew full well I worked from home. Eventually, she had no choice but to give up and move back in with her parents, which is where she is now, under the watchful eye of her ex-military dad. He also forced her to break up with her lover as a condition of her moving in. It was around that time I hired a lawyer and sent her the compensation bill. Unfortunately for both Perry and her lover, their bank accounts were empty due to the fact they'd wasted all of their money by spending almost every day in a hotel together. They had no choice but to go into debt to pay me back, and now They spend their days working like dogs while questioning their life choices.
Hey, Harry, where the heck did you run off to, boy? Your lunch break ended ages ago. You have no right to slack off. You do well to remember you're nothing but a filthy temp worker at this company. If it were up to me, you'd be working straight through your lunch break, you damn moron.
Hey, Dick. I'm out doing door-to-door sales with Greg, the sales manager today.
Huh? With Greg? Thought it was weird when I couldn't find him. Telling me he's with you.
He's away picking up the car from the mechanics right now, but I can pass on a message if you want to leave one with me.
I ain't got jack to say to you, boy. Damn it, I'm pissed. I thought I was going to be able to force you to do all my work without that loudmouth Greg around. I can't freaking believe you're out doing the rounds with him.
Ah, looks like he's back. Just pulling in now.
What? You better not tell him about what I just said. This conversation stays between me and you, boy, or are we clear?
Good morning, Dick. Hate to have to message you like this, but can I ask why there's a massive pile of documents you were supposed to take care of on my desk? I wouldn't be opposed to helping you out with a few pages here and there if you actually asked me, but this is going too far.
Oh, that? I was going to ask you yesterday. You went straight home after your sales calls and I didn't get a chance. I couldn't be bothered to message you, so I just left them piled up on your desk.
I see. Anyway, where are you today?
Me? It's my day off today.
Oh.
You better make sure you take care of every last file on that desk for me, boy. I want to see the neatest, tidiest looking pile of completed documents on my desk when I get back to that office.
Sorry, but I can't do this work.
Huh?
That goes for now and from now on, too. But I won't be doing your work anymore, Dick. Not even if you try forcing it on me. So you might as well save us both the trouble and not even bother trying.
What? You dare defy my orders?
Sorry, manager's calling me. Gotta go.
No, wait.
No, I really gotta go.
But the deadline on that stuff is today. Answer your goddamn phone, boy. I'm a full-time employee at this company, you damn temp piece of crap. You do not have any right to disobey me. You there, Harry. You pathetic little low-life worm. You finally slithered into the office, huh, worm boy? Anyway, stop slacking off in the lobby. I saw you stood around doing nothing near the reception desk, you know. Do not let me catch you speaking to Layla on reception, either. You have no right to even breathe the same air as that girl. You filthy, miserable, worthless temp scum. Oh yeah, and that ain't all. Do you have any idea how much trouble you've caused me by slacking off these last 2 weeks, you little pipsqueak? I'm gonna teach you a lesson. You'll know what happens to people who mess with the big boys soon enough. You better prepare yourself for the hell that's about to rain down on you, worm boy. How'd you like that for a kick, pipsqueak? Bet it hurt, didn't it? You know what? Kinda reminded me of my old high school days, back when I used to flush nerds like you's heads down the toilet. I got a nostalgic throb in my right leg thanks to you, loser. You know what they used to call this right leg in my school days? The Nerd Buster, and based on how far you went flying. I can still bust nerds with the best of them. Yeehaw!
Why the hell did you run up from behind and kick me while I was stood waiting at the reception desk?
Huh?
I want an explanation.
Why do you always need me to spell everything out for you, pea-brain? Connect the dots, retard. Don't take a genius. Actually, fine, you know what? I'll tell you this time, since I feel bad for you. Alright, so I kicked you because Kayla from reception, my girl. I gave you an ass whooping because I saw you slacking off, stood at reception trying to get into her panties. I warned you this would happen, but you didn't listen. Don't you dare flirt with my girl again, filthy temp scum. We clear now? We heckin' better be. Now get back to your desk and get work. If I catch you slacking off again, I'll flying karate kick you next time. Pea-brained moron.
Dick, I kinda get the impression you don't know. Could it be?
Know what?
I came from our biggest client company, Sadler's Stationery.
Huh?
They offered me a full-time contract a while back. I finally decided to take them up on it and left your company 2 weeks back without updating my temp contract. But I work for them on a regular full-time contract now.
Wait, what? I didn't know about this.
Well, that's strange. I announced it in front of everyone at morning call about a month before my contract ended.
Well, I just said I didn't know.
Well, Dick, whether you know or not changes nothing. I announced it in front of everyone at morning call, got a huge round of applause, and then everyone even pitched in for a goodbye card and a bottle of whiskey on my last day. Aren't they a great bunch?
Well, I just said I didn't frickin' know.
Anyway, the bottom line is I hold a senior position at Sadler Stationery, your company's biggest, most long-term client. The reason I visited your office today was to introduce myself as the person in charge of all dealings with your company, alongside the announcement of the establishment of a new department at our HQ. The plan was to have some lengthy discussions with your superiors about the future of our business dealings together. But unfortunately, I twisted my ankle with the momentum of you kicking me across the lobby, and I'm in no condition to be discussing business anymore.
Wait, what? Seriously?
I just got treated at a local doctor's and received a diagnosis certificate. Well, I'm about to head back to your office and wait for the CEO of Sadler Stationery to come pick me up. He seems awfully concerned about me and wants to know exactly how a routine introduction ended up with me at the doctor's with a twisted ankle. Let me guess. Dick, I bet you're currently up to your old trick of hiding away on the roof where you think no one can find you right now, aren't you?
What? Your CEO is coming. No way. I'm not hiding.
Oh, that's weird. You see, your boss says he can't find you anywhere. The entire company is looking for you as we speak. Based on what my contacts tell me, it's chaos.
Oh my god. Are you serious? Oh, this is bad. Real bad.
Adam, our company's CEO would like to ask you a couple of questions. We have to get to the bottom of exactly what happened in that lobby and find out what possessed you to kick me so hard I went flying across the room. Naturally, I told him there's a 90% chance you took the key to the roof, which is supposed to be out of bounds, from the caretaker's office, and are currently hiding up there like you always do when you don't feel like working.
How the heck do you know about the roof?
Oh, I wonder.
I can hear footsteps. Someone's coming up the staircase.
Listen, Dick, the best thing you can do here is to accept your fate and do as the cops tell you. I don't need to tell you how trigger-happy they can get with people dumb enough to resist arrest, do I?
Goddamn you. I lost my goddamn job because of you, asshole. How are you gonna make up for this? I was set for a promotion any day now, but now I gotta find a new job because of you.
A promotion? Really? You, Dick, of all people. A promotion?
Greg from sales was talking about quitting. Who else would they pick to fill his shoes? I've been waiting for a promotion longer than anyone. It was sure to be my turn next. You miserable jerk. You will pay for this.
I hate to be the one to have to break this to you, but they decided on someone else before they'd even fired you.
Huh?
Also, you didn't just get fired for the whole thing with you kicking me across the lobby. There were other reasons.
What?
You slacked off all year round while palming off your work responsibilities onto me and your other unfortunate co-workers, right? Surely you didn't think the higher-ups wouldn't notice. Oh, and not to mention your borderline stalking of your crush. Apparently you followed her home every night after she rejected your offer for a beer after work. What's more, she said she keeps seeing some weirdo crouched in the bushes opposite her street, holding a pair of binoculars matching your description.
You're talking about Michaela from reception? I don't know what gives you the right to go poking your nose into my love life, but let me tell you this. You're dead wrong. I don't know nothing about no stalking. I love Kayla, and she loves me back. I just know it. She's playing hard to get. So, you know how some girls do that? Oh, wait, what am I saying? Of course you know. You're probably a virgin, right? You loser dweeb. Stalking my ass. I ain't never heard anything so stupid.
You do know Kayla's engaged, right?
Huh? Wait, what? Kayla's engaged?
Not only that, but she has 2 children.
You're lying. No, my girl wouldn't do this to me. Seriously? My Kayla, a housewife with 2 kids.
Yup. Oh, wait, it gets better. Wait till you hear who her husband is. Greg, the manager from sales. You know, your superior.
What?
They have the same surname, right? You never thought that was weird?
Huh? Oh my god, you're right. I never noticed.
Oh, yeah, that reminds me. I figure I should make this as clear as humanely possible to you, since you probably weren't listening when it got announced during morning call, just like you weren't that time with me. But the reason Greg is resigning is because he's moving to Sadler's Stationery, which means me and him are going to be working at the same company real soon.
What?
His reason for leaving is pretty much exactly the same as mine. The whole thing took a little longer for him since they had to find replacements to take over his clients. But he'll be working at Sadler's Stationery, here with me from the start of next month.
I can't believe this is happening. Sadler's Stationery is well known for paying salaries way above the industry average, treating its employees really well. This ain't fair. You pair of traitors. You have any decency in you, you'll speak to the bigwigs. Get me a job there by way of apology for your despicable behavior.
It looks like the recruitment process for the mid-career slots is over for the year now, so you'll have to wait till more job openings are available. Sorry.
That's not what I meant. I mean, get me a job by calling in a favor or two.
Well, it's funny you should say that. Well, speaking of pulling in favors, you got your job there through a good word from your uncle who works as head of human resources, right?
How'd you know that? Anyway, so what if I did?
I heard some of the responsibility for your violent outburst in the lobby got pinned on him, and he got demoted.
What?
I'm not saying it's necessarily always a bad thing for people to get jobs through personal connections, and if we're honest, that's just how the world works. But in your case, you used your uncle's influence within the company, and the fact that he protected you whenever anyone questioned your behavior as an excuse to do whatever the hell you wanted, and treat everyone like crap. This is what you get for abusing and taking advantage of his trust and good nature. You deserve everything you got.
Goddamn you.
Anyway, think about it. There's no way what you're asking for would ever happen. Surely you don't actually think Sadler's Stationery are the kind of company to employ people with proven track records of violent outbursts against its employees? I wouldn't put in a good word for you if you paid me $1 million.
Then what the hell am I supposed to do? I just got fired, moron. Do you even understand how serious my situation is right now?
I'd say I've got a pretty good idea, actually. I'm pleased you at least realize how deep in the shit you are. My advice? Start job hunting soon. Don't you think it's a little weird that of all the people in the world, I'm the one you're asking for help?
Job hunting is such a pain in the ass. Hey, Harry, what the heck is this crap? A bill for compensation? I don't understand. Hey, answer me.
You do realize I could have gone to the cops, filed charges against you, so you'd have a criminal record for the rest of your life, right? You should be counting your lucky stars. It's only compensation I want.
Huh?
Your old company managed to beg my bosses not to terminate their contract after your outburst, so fortunately for them, it's business as usual. As for me personally, excluding yourself, I got on with everyone at that company, like a house on fire, and I'm super grateful for all they did for me during my time there. So I have no intention of dragging them through the media shitstorm that would inevitably ensue if I press charges. Besides, I'm not the only one charging you for compensation, am I? I know Kayla from reception definitely is, because we went to see the lawyer together. Then there's the two guys from accounts who are currently working on putting together files containing, all your abusive messages.
What?
Taking everything into account, I thought it was only fair that you pay me compensation for the emotional distress you caused me, as well as paying for my medical treatment.
I just lost my goddamn job. I'm unemployed. How'd you expect me to pay you all this compensation when I have no income?
Like I said before, get a job. Compensation aside, how do you intend on getting by without working?
There's only one thing for it. You have to get me a job at Sadler's Stationery.
No can do.
But
no.
But the money.
Do I have to spell it out like you're a child? I don't want to breathe the same air as you, let alone work at the same company as you.
Huh?
Wipe your own ass, you abject failure of a man.
Oh my God, Harry.
All communications from here on out are to go through my lawyer. Thank you, and goodbye. Dick eventually came up with my compensation money by knocking on his parents' door, who live way out in the countryside, and begging on his knees in floods of tears. Apparently, they were forced to sell their house to get their wayward son out of the catastrophic mess he had gotten himself into. Dick, being his naive old self, mistakenly thought that meant he was out of the woods. He tried his best to convince his mum and dad to let him live with them in their new apartment, but he was flatly refused and ordered to pay back every cent of what they paid me in compensation. With that, his royally pissed off dad drove him over to a friend's company office, where he was forced to live in an old, disused staff room while working 12 hours a day. However, Dick mistook this new arrangement as being the same kind of connection hire that got him into our old company. He soon began barking orders left, right, and centre, and within a week made the grave mistake of ordering the CEO's son and up-and-coming company president to make him a coffee. With that, he was savagely dressed down in front of all 50 employees during the morning team meeting. He now spends his days on the verge of tears, being shouted at relentlessly by a boss half his age.
Karen, are you there? Oh, is that Lila? Oh, it's not like you to message me. What can I do for you, sweetie pie? I think you probably have some idea about why I'm messaging you today. But would you mind explaining why I just found out your wedding ceremony was last week? Huh? Oh, that? Oh no, I told you it was today, didn't I? Oopsie. I was so happy with my newly married life, I totally forgot to update you. Based on your flippant attitude, I'm guessing it was on purpose. Bingo! Would you mind explaining what the hell you think you're playing at? Why would you think it's acceptable to waste my time like this? Do you have any idea how long I've traveled and how much it cost me to get to that church today? Flights don't come cheap, you know. Oh, quit exaggerating, you big drama queen. I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation for why you think it's acceptable to behave like this. Go on. I'm waiting. I don't know whether you'll be satisfied with it, but there is something that might help you understand. Quit beating around the bush and spit it out already. Jeez, you're a real hard ass. I know you're my big sister, but you could at least pretend to have some good manners. All right, I'll get to the point. You'll probably regret it when I'm done, though. Tell me, sis, have you been in touch with your fiancé lately? He wouldn't have happened to... Oh, I don't know. Gone totally silent on you, would he? Huh? What are you talking about? Well, you see, it just so happens that your fiancé is now my husband. Excuse me? Surprising, right? But it's too late for you now. Your fiancé is mine. Sorry, sis. I wish I could see the look on your face. Hang on, wait a sec. Let me get this straight. You mean you intentionally sent me to a wedding ceremony that didn't exist 1 week after you actually got married to make sure I wouldn't show up for the actual wedding? Yep, bingo. We got married last week without you, so your ugly crying face wouldn't ruin the ceremony. It was kind of a pain in the ass, but I made a fake wedding invite with the wrong date and changed the groom's name so you wouldn't suspect anything. I see. Interesting. By the way, there's one thing I gotta ask. My fiancé? Who are you talking about? Huh? I don't recall being engaged to anyone. What the heck? Are you really so desperate to save face that you'd lie about being engaged? It's kind of pathetic, Lila. It's okay to admit this sucks, you know. This has now officially left the realm of tragic and become purely hilarious. Stop it, sis. My sides hurt. Anyway, just to be clear, the wedding most definitely wasn't today, right? Duh, of course it wasn't. It must suck so hard to be you right now. Whatever. I'm gonna stop by the hot spring resort on the way home and have a few glasses of wine to forget what an absolute waste of space my little sister is. The tragic loser who doesn't even get an invite to her baby sister's wedding. You really are the comedic gift that keeps on giving. Hey sis, guess what? Me and my new husband are going on our honeymoon today. Can you guess where we're going? Okay, I'll tell you. Me and your ex-fiancé are going to Bali. You know, the tropical island you wanted to go to. Huh? Bali? You're jealous, aren't you? Go on, admit it. but I went to Bali with my friend last year. Huh? Oh, don't talk crap, babe. I know you've never been abroad. Are you lying because you're jealous? Oh, sad. Actually, I go abroad a few times a year for both work and pleasure, so I'm not jealous at all. Not that I care if you believe me. If anything, I prefer shorter vacations within the States at places like hot spring resorts these days. What the hell is this? Oh my God, Lila, would you stop it already? I know you're lying. This is tragic. You old hag. How old are you now? Like 30 these days? Ew. You're nothing but a worn out, dried up, barren wasteland of a failed woman whose fiance got stolen by her cuter, prettier little sister. You'll never find another man after this. Your future as a wine-obsessed cat lady is pretty much set in stone now. Was your goal with these messages today to make as little sense as possible or something? Why don't you answer my question? Who's my fiancé? I don't have any recollection of having a fiancé, so you could at least tell me his name. Nope. Why not? I don't want to leave a record of my husband's name on your phone. Jealousy is a dangerous thing, and who knows what you might do. You see incidents like this in the news all the time. No way. I gotta defend myself. How could I be jealous about having a fiancé I didn't even know existed stolen from me? Oh, my husband's calling me. Toodles, sis. You really have zero intention of telling me who you're talking about, huh? Hey, Caitlin. Long time no see. Sorry to message you out of the blue like this, but I was hoping I could ask you something. Is now a good time? Oh, hey, Lila. You're right, it's been a long time. I heard last week was pretty tough for you. Is everything okay? Huh? What are you talking about? Your sister's wedding. You came down with some awful illness the day before and couldn't attend, right? My cousin was there and he told me all about it. Oh, I see. So your cousin was there, huh? So that's the explanation that's being given for my absence? Huh? You mean that's not what happened? I've mentioned to you before how me and my family don't really get along, right? Huh? I'm sure you did, but didn't you all patch things up like a while back? Did someone say that at the wedding? Well, yeah, that's what my cousin told me. The truth is, I was told that the wedding would be yesterday, a week later than it actually was. Huh? I don't understand. Wait a sec, you mean... Wow, what the hell? Who the heck does that? That's awful. I'm already over it, so I don't really care. But the wedding invite my sister sent me not only had the wrong date, but she also lied about the groom's name. Huh? But why would she do that? My sister seems to think her new husband was my fiancé, and that she stole him from me. I'm not really sure why, but she's hell-bent on insisting I'm just jealous whenever I try to explain to her I don't know who the hell she's talking about. Wow. It seems like she's having the time of her life gloating about stealing my fiancé, and to be honest, the messages are getting kind of annoying. I've asked her to tell me her husband's name countless times, but I swear all she does is act like a little kid and refuse to tell me. I'm a little confused. Why would she do that? Well, that's why I messaged you today. I was hoping you could help me shed some light on things. Sorry to trouble you, but could you please ask your cousin for the name of Karen's husband? Got it. He lives next door, so I'll head over and ask now. I'm sorry I kept you waiting. Apparently the groom's name is Alvin Longhorn. Alvin Longhorn? What's wrong? Nothing. But I know who the groom at the wedding was now. Wow, seriously? Ugh, what a momentous pain in the ass. I have a feeling things are about to get seriously awkward, so I'll explain once I've dealt with all of this, okay? Sure thing, babe. That's totally fine. Take your time. Thanks so much for the information. Hello, Lila? What the hell are you playing at, bitch? A bill for compensation from you showed up in the mail today? Why can't you just be happy for your little sister and her new husband? You are so hateful. Go on, tell me. Why do you think I'm charging you compensation? For breaking off your engagement, right? I can't believe you demand money from your little sister and ex-fiancé like this. Have you no shame? I take it that means she finally got everything straightened out with her lawyer then. I'm not the one demanding compensation from you. Huh? It's from another woman called Lila, but it's not me. We just happen to have the same name. Go on, take a closer look at her name. Our surnames are different, right? Oh, you're right. Wait, what the hell? Who is she? The woman you mistook for me and stole Alvin Longhorn from. What? She's a girl I met at one of the hobby clubs I go to. We get along really well, and we happen to have the same first name. She's also the same age as me, so I guess I can see how you might get confused. Alvin's a member of the same hobby group. Now, Alvin, being a very greedy man of questionable moral character, got wind of a rumor that Lila was the very rich CEO of one of the most successful trading companies in America. He wasn't wrong, he just got the wrong Lila. I'm the CEO of the company. Wait, what? Holy crap, you're the CEO of a company? I can see you're surprised, but we're in danger of going off topic here, so allow me to return to the subject at hand. Basically, Alvin mistook the other Lila at the hobby group for me. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because she's in the habit of wearing blazers and her sense of style kind of gives off a business vibe, whereas I tend to dress more casual. In any case, the bottom line is that he mistook her for the CEO, started dating her, and before long was constantly begging for money. Eventually they got engaged, but then, with not much time left before the wedding, he found out he got the wrong Lila and broke up with her. What? In true scumbag fashion, he immediately slithered over in my direction and started hitting on me. But I'd already heard about what he did to the other Lila, so I told him where he could stick his sleazy attempts at charm in no uncertain terms, and that was the end of it. By that point, Lila was already in the process of working out the details of the compensation claims against him with her lawyer. When he heard about it, the sniveling lowlife actually had the nerve to pull a vanishing act. You mean he ran away? Oh my god. I don't know how, but he found out about our family also running their own business and that our dad is pretty well off. That's when he hatched his plan to trick you into thinking you were stealing my fiancé by saying he was engaged to Lila so he could put himself in line for a fat inheritance payout and get his hands on the family's assets. Unbelievably, he actually succeeded, and now you guys are married. Oh my god, no way, are you for real? I suggest you get Dad to check on the family's assets and get confirmation that everything is as it should be ASAP. Huh? You're in for a hell of a ride if it turns out he actually managed to get his hands on any of it. I've been had. I got Dad to check everything. That asshole took $10,000. Wow, are you serious? What the hell am I supposed to do? Damn it, Karen, if you didn't fake the groom's name on your wedding invite to prevent me from showing up at the wedding, I would have figured out what was going on much earlier and the whole thing could have been prevented. Oh my god, I feel sick. Good, you deserve everything that happens to you from here on out. Stop saying such awful things and help me. Why? Huh? Do you remember what you, Mom, and Dad said to me on the day I got kicked out of the house? You are not a part of this family. Our precious Karen is our only daughter. We're not helping you even if you end up living on the streets. Suffer and struggle on your own, you ugly little rat. Why would I want to help any of you? You can all rot in hell for all I care. Being a family is about helping each other out in times of need. How can you be so cold? Sure, the key words there being each other. I don't have any recollection of any of you guys helping me out, ever. Help us. No, help me. And why should I do that? Because I'm your family. You were the ones who explicitly told me I am not part of your family when you kicked me out of the house, Karen. All I'm doing is honoring your wishes and staying the heck away from you. Shouldn't you be pleased? No, you're my big sis. Actually, I think not being a part of your family automatically excludes me from being your big sis. I can't only be your sister when you need my help. Ugh, Lila, stop trying to sound smart and do something. I'm gonna be totally screwed unless you help me here. You have no right to take this horrible attitude with me. You have to help me because I'm more beautiful than you ugly cave troll. You know, Karen, it's actually baffling to me that you think insulting my physical appearance is gonna make me want to help you. It's amazing that you're capable of saying such things in a situation like this. You're one in a million, but not in a good way. No, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. I just got a little mad, that's all. Listen, sis, you have more money than anyone in our family. More than anyone I know, which is why you just have to help me. I'm not your family. Oh my God, stop it already. Just help me. Ugh. I need money. Give me money, please. Goodbye. Lila! As for the other Lila and her compensation, fortunately she was just about able to scrape it together from the contents of a savings account Alvin had foolishly forgotten to close before pulling his vanishing act. Me? I managed to avoid any harm due to Alvin being too dumb to realize he had the wrong Lila, which meant his gold digger's dream never came to fruition. The real shit show right now is the situation currently unfolding between Karen and my parents. The reason for that, as you probably guessed, is that Alvin stole and completely used up $10,000 of my dad's money as soon as he and Karen got married. After that, as if to add insult to injury to my now financially broken dad, the managing director of his company, who he'd been locked in a bitter dispute with for months, used the situation as his opportunity to take 90% of the company's employees and go independent. Within the blink of an eye, the company my dad had spent decades building had completely stopped functioning and soon went bankrupt. As the things currently stand, the situation is as follows. Alvin, eager to get a hasty divorce and disappear for good, versus my dad, desperate to get his money back, versus Lila, who probably feels like crawling into a hole and dying right about now. Between being locked in a bitter dispute with little hope of being resolved and suddenly finding themselves so poor they're almost homeless, my ex-family's life is a picture of hell.